Hello Silly Bakers, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Nini and I love to create healthier recipes. So today we are making another version of a cottage cheesecake. So a few months ago I posted my lemon almond cottage cheesecake and you guys have been loving it and sharing it with your friends and family. So thank you so much for that. It was a recipe that I decided to attempt because I couldn't eat a cottage cheese and I substituted it with cottage cheese and ended up working out quite well. So it's still one of my favorite recipes today. We're making a chocolate version of that recipe today. There's a couple of changes to the recipe, still very similar to the original, but we're adding an additional egg yolk because we are adding more dry ingredients. So we're adding the cocoa powder. We are toasting the almond flour for this recipe. In terms of the sugar, I'm using a raw cane sugar, but you guys can use a substitute, a 1-for-1 substitute, sugar substitute for this. So it definitely can be a keto-friendly dessert. I'm using a little less almond extract because I decided to actually add a couple tablespoons of amaretto liqueur, which is an almond type of liqueur. You don't have to use it. If you choose not to use it, I would up the almond extract by an additional teaspoon. But again, guys, I will write everything in the description box for you. In terms of the liqueur, I have amaretto liqueur here in my home because I really do mainly use it for dessert purposes. I think it gives it such a really beautiful flavor and it goes really well with citrus flavors as well. So you can also substitute the liqueur, and it's only 2 tablespoons that I'm using. You can substitute it with a coffee liqueur, a chocolate liqueur, a brandy, dark rum. You can also use hazelnut liqueur, which is called frangelico. That would be another really nice one. But again, guys, you do you. It's just a nice way to change up this recipe. And it literally is just a hint of that flavor. It's not intense, just a tiny bit of it. And I chose the amaretto because this is an almond cake and I thought it would be a really great pairing. So you guys do you on that. Again, it's quite similar to the last recipe. There are no leavening agents. We are whipping the egg whites to stiff peaks, folding it in, and that's really going to give this cake the lift that it needs. We are using a springform pan. I do highly recommend it. This is not the type of cake that you're gonna flip out of a pan. So a springform is really gonna make a difference for this recipe. I'm going to link my favorite in my link tree in the description box below. So why don't we take a few minutes and learn how to make this incredible cake? But before we do so, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share your favorite recipes with your friends and family. It really does help our channel grow. So thank you guys for tuning in every week, and let's take a few minutes and learn how to make this incredible chocolate almond cottage cheese cake. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to toast our almond flour. This is 1 1/4 cups of almond flour. We're just going to spread it on the parchment, and we're just going to spread it out evenly, just breaking up some of those lumps, and this way it'll toast evenly as well. And we're gonna toast this in the oven for, 7 to 8 minutes until it's lightly golden. Once it's out of the oven, I'll just transfer it to a bowl to let it cool completely. You wanna decrease your oven temperature now to 325. You want to grease, line, and coat with cocoa powder a 9-inch springform pan. We're going to grab a large bowl and we're going to add 1/2 cup of softened salted butter. This is 3/4 cup of raw cane sugar. You can use equal parts of a 1-to-1 sweetener. This is 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla and 1 teaspoon of almond extract. That is 2 tablespoons of amaretto liqueur. That is 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're going to grab our hand mixer and we are going to mix this on, I would say, medium until it is nice and smooth. This will take about 3 to 5 minutes. Don't forget to scrape down your sides every so often. And this is the consistency we're looking for, nice and creamy. Now, this is 5 egg yolks. We're going to add about 1 egg yolk at a time, and we're going to mix after each addition. And just mix for about 10 to 15 seconds until it's just incorporated. And you're going to do that with every addition. And again, scrape down your sides. Now we're going to add our cottage cheese. You can also use a ricotta cheese here. This is 1 1/4 cups of cottage cheese. And we're going to mix that until it's just incorporated, about a minute or so. And one final scrape down. Now we are going to grab our almond flour and we're going to add our cocoa powder. And this is 1/2 cup of Dutch processed cocoa. And we're just going to whisk that together until it's smooth. We're then going to add that to our eggs and cottage cheese mixture. And we're going to mix that on, I would say low, until it's just combined. So you will see cottage cheese curds in the end result of this cake. If that bothers you, then I would suggest you blend your cottage cheese beforehand. These curds don't affect the flavor at all. You can't even taste them. So that's done. And now we're going to whisk 4 egg whites. These are at room temperature and we are going to whisk these until they're at firm peaks. And again, if you move the bowl around, it stays still, doesn't move. So you're good to go. Now we're going to add our egg whites in 2 additions. So we're going to add 1/2 of the egg white mixture to our chocolate mixture, and you're just going to incorporate that. You don't have to be gentle here. We actually want to lighten up that mixture. Once we lighten up the mixture, it'll just be easier to fold in the rest of the egg whites. We don't want to overmix because we don't want to deflate the cake. This is the only thing that's going to help our cake rise. And then we're going to add the remaining, and we are just going to gently fold. So you're just going to go around, under, and over. And we're good. Don't overmix. I added my batter to my pan and now I'm just going to smooth it out into an even layer. Again, don't spend too much time doing this. You don't want to deflate the cake. So you want to be gentle here. And this is 1/2 cup of flaky almonds. And I'm just going to spread those flaky almonds on the top in an even layer. And now it's time to bake. 325 for I would say 40 to 45 minutes or so until a toothpick comes out clean. Once it's cooled, I do like to dust it with some powdered sugar. Feel free to use a powdered sugar substitute. Enjoy our chocolate almond cottage cheesecake. It is delicious. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and to subscribe to our channel for more healthy recipes. If you do try this chocolate almond cottage cheesecake, let me know in the comments below. Also, the ingredients and measurements to this recipe and to all of my recipes are in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching and happy baking.